Alright, I'm here, job 21573, Seattle Police Officers Guild. And this is all for bollard work. So they've had multiple threats and people filming their building, and so they want to surround their building with bollards. And so I am on the city sidewalk. This is busy 4th Avenue here. There is no on-street parking in front of this building, but there is on-street parking just to the north of me for quite a distance if we want to get a street use. We can have the parking lot to do our work, and they will work with us. And so I'm right now standing on the sidewalk. You can see my Google Earth. So we got these 4 stalls here in a driveway that goes underneath the arch. So basically, we are going to run a series of bollards. We're going to start with one right there. We're going to put a second one right there. Then we're going to go straight across. Now these wheel stops are not pinned with rebar, so we can slide them forward. I do want to pin them with rebar when we're done here. You know, if we have to move them a little bit to accommodate the bollard. But the bollard is going to run, you know, in a straight line so that we can still be in the asphalt. So the wheel stops are going to probably have to move a foot. We're just going to do a, you can see I drew a line, but we're just going to snap a line and make a nice straight row of bollards. Now they had an overlay done here. I'm anticipating this asphalt is going to be 3 inches. You can see the overlay that went over this little concrete. So this guy needs to come out, that guy needs to come out, and that guy needs to come out. So we're going to run a row here. We're going to run a row there. All these bollards are going to be 4 feet on center. We're going to foul this. We're going to get as close to the building edge as we can. We're going to foul the south edge of the building. We'll take a 90-degree corner there. We're going to foul the south edge of the building. It is their property between the wheel stops and or extruded curb and their building edge. When we get down here, that is not a parking stall they use, so we're going to run a snap line. I will show you that in a moment. We're going to run a row of bollards there. So we should check just to make sure that these few bollards right by my left finger, can we check on the Seattle, Joe knows what site to check, the property line. If it's at the building edge, then they're going to have to talk to their neighbor. There's going to be a few right here where my little finger is. But they would like to put them there. They want the building surrounded. So we have 169 feet plus 17 feet, because there's 17 feet there where we're removing those 3. So 169 feet plus the 17 feet, so that's 42 each plus another 3. So it'll be 45 each there. You know what, just check my math. Take the 169 plus the 17 and divide it by 4 and see what you come up with. But it should be 45. And we're going to price those as one line item. That'll be the west, the south, and the east property lines, if you will. North, south, and east. Let's call that building border. Then on the north option, which I'll show you in a moment, we have 57 feet, so every 4 feet would be 15 each. Okay, So we're going to remove these three. Then in this area drain rock, you're going to have to remove this old post footing and remove that old post footing. And the bollards are going to be in this drain rock. There'll be one right here as close to this socket as possible. Then we pick back up right here in the corner, and then we run them. Ideally, we split the distance between this tar seal edge. Well, actually, he said their property line is the edge of the extruded curb. So we can split this distance. So right down the middle, we're going to have a row of bollards. We're going to come out to here. We're going to take a 90-degree turn, and we're going to run a snap line about a foot off that extruded curb. We're going to leave this extruded curb. Because of that height change, I think it'd be easier to get the final height on this overlay lift. And the last one will be right at this corner by this back door. Now, as an option, on this north side, we're going to remove this extruded curb and remove that extruded curb. Put a bollard right there. Start with another bollard right there. And we definitely will need locates on this. And we run bollards this whole length. Now, we do have some drainage that has to do with plumbing, that has to do with the downspout drain, and there'd be 3 bollards or so in this pea gravel that we'd have to X out, but everything else is in asphalt. So you have to remove 60 feet of extruded curb and destroy it. It will come out a little tough because the overlay is up against it, but should pop pretty easy. And we'd obviously have to close this driveway if we did the north option. And then we would use this as an additional staging area, and the police officers would have to try and find somewhere else to park. There is no street parking. I mean, people do. They do pull up alongside these buildings, you know, so you could probably do a park some, you know, maybe get about 4 vehicles in this area. But he did say he'd work with us to give us as much of a workspace as, you know, we felt we needed. So that is the entire scope of work. They don't want to, this would be a pricey job as it is, so they don't want to do it at night or on the weekend. And only once a month do they have a big meeting, and that's on a Wednesday night. So that's the entire job. Call me with any questions. Oh, the bollard spec, let's use that pipe bollard spec, Jamie, that we use for the QFC stores out at Port Hadlock. So we got that deep footing. We have an 18-inch concrete footing, and I think that concrete footing was either 3 or 4 feet down, and then the pipe was exposed 4 feet above the ground. And let's fill that pipe with concrete, and then let's cover them all with the yellow bollard covers. Okay, that's it. Thank you.